सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां बाहुद्वन्द्वेन रत्नोज्ज्वलवलय भृता शोणपाणिप्रवाळेनोपाता वेणुनाळी प्रसृतनखमयूखाङ्गुली संगशारा कृत्वा वक्त्रारविन्दे सुमधुरविकसद् रागमुद्भाव्य मानैः शब्दब्रह्मामृतैः त्वं शिशिरितभुवनैः सिञ्च मे कर्णवीथि
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. Śrīman Nārāyaṇīyam describes every avatara. But when we get into Krishna avataram, the Karta, the poet, of course the great Bhagavatottama Nārāyaṇa Bhaṭṭatiri, takes it as an opportunity to describe the greatness of Krishna avatara in association with the Kshetra Mahatmyam called as Sri Guruvayur. We have been witnessing the circumstances that led to the birth of Krishna and the birth of Krishna. Tamadbhutam balakamambujekshanam is the famous Śrīmad Bhagavata Shloka that Bhaṭṭatiri tried putting in 5 verses in Dashakam number 38. Now, once the child is born, Vasudeva starts praising and so does Devaki. How did they do it? Here is the Shloka. Devav prasida parapurushataapavalli nirloonadatra samanetra kalavilasin khedanapakuru kripa gurubhik katakshaihi ityaditena muditena chiram nuto bhuhu. He Deva, he Parapurusha, the Supreme Bhagavan, he Deva, the self-effulgent one, Swayam Prakasha Bhagavan. He Tapavalli Nirloona Datra, the one who's capable of removing all our sins, our papam. So he says, Tapavalli, you are that very creeper that can remove our tapam. Nirloona Datra, so you are the very sword that can cut away all our sins, the connections that we have. He Samanetra, O controller of the entire universe, whatever we see around, that controller of the entire universe. He Kala Vilasin, O the one who is engaged in the sport of creation. Prasida, Apakuru Khedan, Prasida, whatever it is, please shower that grace on us. Prasida, Apakuru Khedan. Whatever sorrows we have, that should be removed. So all this, who is saying, please be mindful, it is Vasudeva, the Pita, who tells it to his son, who is verily born now. So the father has recognized that the one who is born to him is none but Sakshat Nārāyaṇa Paramatma. So to that Paramatma, Parameshvara, Parabrahman, here is the father addressing him this way, saying, Prasida, Apakuru Khedan, Katakshaihi Guru Kripa Gurubihi. Katakshaihi Kripa Gurubihi. With your glances filled with compassion, There is so much of compassion in your eyes. Kripa gurubhihi ityadi nutaha abhuhu. With all these words, ityadi nutaha abhuhu. Hey Bhagavan, you were praised. Chiram tena muditena. For a long time by Vasudeva, holding you in his hand. Because he has seen the death of 6 of his children right in his front of his eyes. He has said that the 7th is a miscarriage, but it has been shifted to the Garbham of Rohini. It is you that the father is holding for such a long time. He couldn't take his eyes off you. Hey Bhagavan, says Bhaṭṭatiri. Then he continues, Matra cha netra salila sritagatra valya stotraira bhishtuta guna karunalayastvam prachina janma yugalam pratibodhyatabhyam maturgira daditha manusha balavesham. Tvam karunalayaha. You are the very abode of compassion. Abhishtuta gunaha stotraihi matracha. You are endowed with the virtues as extolled by all the stotras that the father and the mother have been saying to you. Because until now it was the father who said. Even the mother has joined in extolling your gunas, your virtues. So he says, stotraihi matracha. Even the mata. Matra here means the mother has also joined. Netra salila asrita gatravalya. How does the body look? The body looks like a creeper. Very, very tender. Netra salila asrita. Now, to that boy who was looking so beautiful, you were bathed in the tears that were flowing down the cheeks of the father and the mother. So he says, Netra salila asrita. And that Bhagavan, you are Sakshat Parabrahman. But what had you assumed? Daditha manusha balavesham. You had come in the form of a little boy, a Manushya boy. Like how will a child look of the Manushya clan? So were you looking. So he says, Manusha balavesham matuhu gira. Matuhu gira. On account of your mother's words, pratibodhyatabhyam. You started giving knowledge. See, Krishna's Upadesham does not come only in the Kurukshetra Bhumi during Bhagavad Gita. He starts giving Upadesham the moment he was born. Pratibodhyatabhyam. What did he give knowledge to them of? He says, Prachina Janma Yugalam. So you gave them the knowledge that they were the very same Dampati as Aditi and Kashyapa. You were born to Prishni and Sutapas as Prishni Garbha. So this particular Nama that we see of Prishni Sutapas, of Aditi Kashyapa, it is the same Dampati who took the form of Devaki and Vasudeva. So this knowledge about their 2 Janmas is given by Prachina Janma Yugalam. Of their 2 lives is given by Sakshat Bhagavan. So he tells them who they were in their past lives. Because this is very important. This particular Bhagavan who took the form of their child in 3 Janmas. Now it is 2 plus 1, 3. During all these 3 Janmas, it is this Divyamangala Vigraham of Sri Guruvayur which was worshipped by all of them. So it also becomes interrelated to the Sthala Purana. Then comes the next shloka. Tvat preritastadanu nandatanu jayate vyatyasamara chaitum sahi shurasunuhu tvam hastayoradhita chitta vidharyamaryahi ambhoruhastha kalahamsa kishoraramyam tadanu saha shurasunuhu hi. Thereafter, that very son of Shurasena, that very son, who is he? Vasudeva. Tvat pereritaha ara chaitum. So, with the prompting that you did, Sakshat Bhagavan, like how we do Aradhanam to Bhagavan, Bhagavaneva, Swaniyamya, Swapravritti. So we say for his pleasure, he has used us to do Aradhanam through the possessions that he has created, he has given to us with the wisdom that he has bestowed on us to do Aradhanam to him. So likewise he says, Tvat preritaha ara chaitum. So he says, Tvat preritaha, because of your prompting, te Vyatyasam Nanda Tanujaya. So you had prompted Vasudeva to go exchange yourself, this child, in return for a girl child who will be born to Nandagopa. Adhita hastayoho tvam. Thereby you took that beautiful child, which is you, in his arms. So Vasudeva took his very son in his arms. Amboruhastha kalahamsa kishora ramyam. How did it look? It looked as if a beautiful swan is seated in a lotus flower, because his hands, palms of Vasudeva were looking like lotus, and in that was seated Krishna, like how a swan is seated in a lotus flower, like a swan. So were you looking. So he says, Kalahamsa Kishora Ramyam Amboruhastha Aryehi Chittavidharyam. So Bhaṭṭatiri now wonders, what a fortune it is for Vasudeva, because no normal person can get this saubhagyam. Even rishis have to work a lot to get this saubhagyam. How beautiful of him, how fortunate of him that you were seated in his hands. Jata tada pashupa sadmani yoga nidra nidra vimudrita mathakrita pauralokam tvat preranat kimiha chitramachetanayiryat dvaraihi swayam vyaghati sanghatitaihi sugadham atha tatha yoga nidra jata. At that point in time, yoga nidra had set in, which is Yogamaya had created that particular scenario where everybody will be lost in sleep. Born Pashupa Sadmani Tvat Prerana. That Yogamaya who had instilled Nidra amongst them all, at the same time was born as the girl child to Nandagopa and Yashoda. Pashupa Sadmani Tvat Prerana. Pashupa Sadmani, which is the house that takes care of all the cows and the calves that belongs to the Gopas. In that house, Pashupa Sadmani Tvat Preranat Akrita Pauralokam. Thereby you made the entire population, with the help of Yoga Nidra, Yogamaya, Akrita Pauralokam, the entire population of the city, Nidra Vimudritam. They were completely lost in deep sleep. So, while their sleep was sealed on one side, Kim Chitram Iha Yatadvaraihi, when the entire city of animate things, which is the Jivatmas housed in different bodies, they were put to sleep. Kim Chitram Iha Yatadvaraihi. What is so surprising? What is there to get puzzled about the doors? Achetanaihi Sugadham Sanghatitaihi. How does it matter if these inanimate doors automatically open? Vyaghati, Swayam, they open by themselves. So there is nothing surprising, because everything looks magical when Krishna was born. Sheshena bhuri phanavarita varinatha swairam pradarshita patho mani deepitena Tvam dharayan sakhalu dhanyatama pratasthe soyam tvamisha mamanashaya roga vegan atha pradarshita pathaha. Thereby shown this particular way, because Vasudeva with the child is getting out of the jail premises. He has to go to Nandagopa's house. So who showed him the way? Sheshena mani deepitena. So it was Adisesha, who is the white-hued, multi-hooded snake of Bhagavan, with multiple hoods of his, with gem-like eyes. From those gem-like eyes came the light. With that light, Vasudeva was able to find out the way it seems. Seshena mani deepitena bhuri phana varita varina. So above Adisesha were those rain-bearing clouds. So he says varita varina bhuri phana. So these hoods were a protection, were an umbrella. Saha dhanyatamaha dharayan tvam. That blessed person called Vasudeva, dharayan tvam, by carrying you. Hey Bhagavan, Sakshat Shriyapati, by carrying you. Pratasthe Kalu Svairam, set out on a mission from Mathura, same, to Gokulam. So Kalu Svairam, He Isha, Saha Ayam Tvam, with such limitless prowess, may you Nashaya Mama Roga Vegan, Well, you had the ability to make the inanimate doors open. Well, you had the ability to be sporting on the head of Vasudeva. While you could command Yogamaya to be born as the girl child. While you could ask her to put everyone to sleep. When you achieved such unachievable, impossible things, is it tough for you to remove my bodily ailments? So he says, Nashaya mama roga vegan. Please remove my ailments fastly. So this is where Bhaṭṭatiri concludes.
Life is a learning. Every day is a learning. So why stop? We are very happy to present Ramayana Pariksha RAP 2025. This is being organized by our trust Deshikadaya. It is an online examination. All that you have to do is to read the book Ramayanam Volume 1 that I have authored, and 2, register for the exam. It is happening on the 22nd of June 2025. Exciting prizes, and the biggest prize is reading the Ramayana and answering the questions. Age no bar, geography no bar. So why stop? Register soon. Namaskar.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादि दिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण